This conference will now be recorded.
My allergies haven't been that bad. Jenna's have been horrible. Jenna's whole face swelled up. I don't have until I'm here, but I don't even know, it's just being in those compliments.
Yeah.
Joey doesn't have allergies at all this summer because she hasn't been working. She shows up at work and right away she has to take an allergy pill. She's miserable. Jenna said the same thing. She's like, I only am bad here. When she goes home, she's fine. There's no trees up there. This morning my leaf blew though and shit was all over me. The dust. Froze.
What did Joey do this summer?
Yeah, she's in a pool. All day, every day. They've been a giant pool.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, people should be able to log in unless they're in the wrong.
They put her four
They
wheelers
should
on
be in
her
another session.
Cody and Hannah's old BC highway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you open the session that?
They have a saying meeting has not started. And two
It's the
programs,
same.
they have a 10-year-old and a 3 and a 4-year-old.
Oh, wow.
So she was babysitting for
So that's a different meeting number?
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So that's it, we need meeting number 829477381. And then this one is.
They're younger,
Okay.
couple of
That.
crazy.
And we can go out and find that session.
Oh, well, I wanna hear that, cause
I don't.
you don't, it's bad.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be amazing, just for.
Are you talking about the motorcycle?
Joey told me.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, that one is way off, yeah, and you can't set the time. So I'll have to get, like, it's like, you set the time zone?
Mm-hmm. It was on. Let me check.
I don't know, I.
We're doing the budget though.
Yeah, or I guess we can open the meeting, sorry. Good evening. Good evening and good evening to those online. My name is Mayor Lisa Roberts. I am opening the meeting of the Ennis Town Commission tonight, Thursday, July 9th, 2026. It's 6:15, maybe 6:16 now. We'll do a roll call of the commission. Commissioner John Wang.
Here.
Commissioner Ranson. Here. Commissioner Hankins. Here. Commissioner Corey Hardy, are you online? This caller. We're trying to unmute you if you are on call. Gotta get a new situation.
Is this still the old one?
This is still go-to meeting. We gotta look and see, and the subscription just renewed. I don't know why it does that. Can you unmute yourself? Well, if Mr. Hardy just wants to. I guess. I don't know, I think he's just on the phone.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna. Oh, let's see.
It's gonna be.
Well, we do have a quorum, whether he can talk. He did say I am on. Okay. Corey, we're still working on unmuting you, so we'll type. Okay. So we will do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First one is approval of meeting minutes. It's from June 11th. Pull those up.
I'll move to approve the meeting minutes on June 11th.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Any public comment? Hearing none. Call the vote. Commissioner Way,
Aye.
Commissioner Ranson, Commissioner Hankins.
Aye.
Okay, department reports. Sheriff's office.
Busy boys.
Very busy.
Girls.
Very busy.
Girls.
So we have the June, I think between July 1st and July, when did we meet with them?
Yesterday?
Yesterday, across the county, they had 372 calls for service.
I gotta be pulling their hair out.
So, but yeah, so they have a total for June, it was 144 calls for service. And let's see the second chart, activities report. And I'll ask them, surprised someone's not here, but they've spent yesterday. So major, so they've got it separated into major incidents, warnings, and then citations. So you can kind of take a look at that, the total calls for service. And so, anyone have any, fortunately, I don't have any, there's not a deputy here to answer questions. I'd be happy to forward questions on.
I guess there's no picture online. Is that normal?
Yeah, it should be.
She's trying to get it.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going?
Sorry, it's good. I'm trying to get the owl back.
Oh, is that not working?
Yeah, it says it needs an update, but I'm trying. Just
Okay.
bear with me.
Yeah. You go ahead. So can they hear us though?
Yes.
Okay. Just
It might
go ahead and
Yeah.
text Commissioner Hankins if you you
It
have
makes me sound
questions.
tonight.
Myron's all over.
Okay, sorry, Myron. We're working on it. Go-to meeting is not our favorite. Okay, Public Works report. So Eric submitted a report there. So they did, which was interesting, is they found when someone installed a curb stop but didn't install the, like, there's not a house, it's a vacant lot there, the curb stop was open. So they have been dumping 28,000 gallons of water
Holy crap.
a day.
For how long?
I don't know. So they went and checked all the curb stops.
Only one or not?
Yeah, so
one?
only one was out. They did not find, it did say we did not find any others open. So, and then in
Where did it
his,
dump into? Just straight in the sewer?
no, just straight into the ground.
And there was no public?
And it never bubbled up, it never,
Yeah. like
I
a
think
puddle
there,
or
I
a
think
sinkhole or-
it's neighboring property, something about, it was like wet around their propane tank. And so they figured that out. So, he did say, there was in the lagoon, he says the water's looking really great right now, it's doing well. He said there was a violation of the TSS standards, which is not, he did explain it to me, it was just like 2 points of pounds per day where we exceeded. However, it was not, we met the, percentage that we needed to treat. So it wasn't a treatment or concentration issue. It was more of a pounds per day. And he's like, we're trending in the right direction. I did ask him, I want to shout out Corey, our new public works person, for hauling trash on the 4th of July. I think he, heard several comments that every time they saw him, he had a truck full of trash and was working hard. So, and of course, all the public works, they've been keeping up with a lot more activity and stuff like that. So they have been busy. Ed's learning to use the grader.
Vandalism?
So yeah, so I guess a lady, he was upset because a lady in the women's restroom, instead of like, oh, it didn't work when I went this way, I should try it this way or whatever, just totally like bent the partition. Like maybe panicked and thought they were locked in there. I don't know.
Down at Lions Club?
Yeah.
Brand new.
It was a brand new partition. So, which is.
We don't need any, and they can pee.
Yeah.
Does this just happen?
Yeah.
Kid, does he know time, like day
People are
or
crazy.
time frame, like weeks?
Oh no, it happened, yeah, they're down there every day, so it probably happened, yeah, just the other day.
Randy's in there twice a day, right?
Yeah, so it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, okay. So any other questions? Do we need to stop and restart?
I'm wondering if that's the case, or if,
Yeah.
so hold on, everyone, sorry for the trouble.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, sorry. All right, so, so you know, it's the proposed staffing and organizational plan. So these are kind of one of my goals that I kind of used to do is to deliver customer service to our residents, use our taxpayer dollars efficiently, eliminate duplication of services, partner with Madison County when we can, focus our staff resources on functions that are municipal and prepare the town for continued residential growth. So that was kind of what I was taking into consideration when doing that. And what I see where we can be more efficient and more fiscally responsible is eliminating the clerk of court position. I sent you an email from Judge Allhands. She has been able to modernize the court, make it more efficient. So there's e-filing. I don't understand all of it. Let me pull up her email that and I think she might be online as well. She said she'd like to update everybody what's been happening in the court. She's integrated the Ennis City Court into the technologies available through the state, including e-files, city payment options, citations, and made sure a good procedure with attorneys and court pleadings being filed in its place. It's been more efficient. It can be done every day, all day, depending on where she's at. You know, wherever she's at, she has her laptop and is able to do those things. The filings have been cleaned up and made things a lot easier on defendants and attorneys. And she makes sure all the deposits and financials are completed. All filings and orders need to be signed by me are now e-filed, and I can sign and discuss these matters with attorneys wherever she is at the time. So instead of having to come in and do office hours, this modernization allows her to, you know, remote work. Which is basically 24/7 that she's available because of the things. So, so that is one of the other item, and then the other item that would be kind of substantially different would be we have our interlocal agreement with Madison County for zoning administration, floodplain administration, and the like. And I would like to still continue that. And maybe Cody has input on doing the zoning administration, and then for us to concentrate on the compliance. So it can be consistent and really attributed to that. And just so, because I think we've been relying on a system of just a complaint-based system, which can seem maybe unfair at times. Because, you know, maybe so-and-so doesn't have a neighbor that cares, but my neighbor does care, and so it feels like I'm being picked on as opposed to being consistent through everything. And I think there's and there's no point in us, redoing a whole zoning code or having rules on the books if we are not going to implement it. I think it also would help Eric as far as like the industrial user portion. We just got that back from Great West Engineering. And basically we're asking all industrial users, current ones, to fill out an application and stuff, but it helps him with compliance as well. So basically this person would be responsible for the entirety of the municipal code, which is not criminal. And so
Do you see this as a full-time position?
definitely at the start, for sure. And I think there is a possibility of partnering if Twin Sheridan ever get to, they have to have a court, because they can't write citations into Ennis City Court. So if they get a court, then there's a petition or potential to cost share with them. Of course, this person would have to learn their code then too, being in a different municipality. But I honestly do think it would be a full-time position. We could also use them in the office for special projects, that come up every, or as a backup to someone working in the office, with Brenna only being the only person there. When her little brother got married, I wasn't gonna tell her that she couldn't go.
Yeah, I actually really like that, so hopefully it would cause not so much disruption.
Yeah,
And that person would report to you as mayor now,
yes,
and if the form of government changed, that person would report to the town administrator, manager, whatever you call that person.
exactly.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Is there a license for this sort of thing? Is there a training, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like guides are licensed and?
Sure. The state of Montana does not have a license.
Okay,
However, there is a national association, let me pull it up here, what it's called. And it would kind of be like our water operator, that they would have, 1 year. So,
To get certification.
to get certification. So, so they must possess a valid driver's license, and it's called the International Code Council, Montana.
So this is kind of a thing,
Yeah,
following. what-
yeah, and that's what
It's not us,
Bozeman,
just-
Missoula, and several other cities require, is that you have this certification. And then that kind of leads us into, if we did want to do building.
Inspection or enforcement or anything.
Exactly, that lends us the flexibility to do that. But I think this position starts and now they will help out, they will do code compliance, but they would also help out. I mean, we've got a semi truck trailer of old documents from 1993 that we need to figure out how to get rid of, and there's all sorts of other projects that come up, throughout that, it's only a temporary thing.
and you don't know how much this was gonna cost us?
So this would cost us, we could start at, we did approve the wages in the last one, it could be I was thinking $25 to $26 an hour.
Without certification?
Well, with certification, so maybe they start at 24 and then once they get their certification.
Go, yeah.
And I'm hoping that I can partner with the city of Bozeman too, to maybe help them do like some kind of, do a ride along for a day. Be like, this is what it looks like here, just in general. I know they have a lot that they're considering over there, but just, or they can have a background in law enforcement or something like that, so.
So we need a motion?
Yes, to,
I'll move to approve the proposed staffing and organizational plan for 26-27.
Second,
call the vote, Commissioner Way?
Aye.
Oh, I should ask for public comment. Sorry, excuse me. Is there any public comment? Any further discussion? Hearing none? Okay, Commissioner Ranson, Commissioner Hankins, Commissioner Hardy?
Aye.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Next item, do you want to give an update, Commissioner Way, on our meeting yesterday with Madison County Sheriff's Office?
Sure, I can. Do we want to do the parade update or do we want to?
Yeah, I was gonna address that in my mayor comment.
Okay, all right, perfect. Great, you can address the parade and I'll address the rest.
Yeah,
So we met with Madison County Sheriffs yesterday. They brought a whole bunch of their nice officers. They're really great guys, by the way. And we talked to them about the contract we have with them and how we gave them 200K this year as a shared vision to do this, but it's unenforced birds. We can't do that going forward. And I think they understood. And we suggested they wrote a contract with several other towns at 17 mills.
yeah, they proposed 17.
17
Twin
mills.
Bridges has accepted.
Yeah.
The 17.
Did they?
Yeah.
And so we proposed 17 mills. Obviously, our mills are worth more than some of the other towns, so they'll get a little more money. And I don't think they balked at that. The contract we have with them, the only thing they balked at with this was the general law enforcement services. We paid considerably more, so they guaranteed that we had an officer in Ennis 50% of the time. So, we would have to strike that, but according to their recommendation, I mean, their officers are here anyway. I mean, this is where the action happens. So I don't know if we necessarily need that line in the contract. So they're gonna get back to us here in a week or so. I'm hopeful we can get this wrapped up and we're asking for a 3-year contract with them at this time, just so it outlives Lisa and I's tenure.
That's awesome. I'm glad there's
Yeah.
wiggle room and good relationship there.
Yeah, they are.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, so and I think we did offer, they were looking at, maybe we could do a stipend for equipment.
Yeah, we give them a little money for equipment, they were kind of proud of that little ATV thing they had. Maybe we can help them out with another one or something.
And then also we would,
Make the office for them.
make the office, whether it be a break room or something like that, the old EPD office, is to kind of maybe paint that. If they, I don't know if they need a computer, but, put some hand warmers in there.
But they're using the search and rescue right now, right, for
They are.
whatever,
Yeah.
yeah, which is.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
did you want to make any comments about Bryce Jones as a commissioner?
I think that's fantastic. I've been hounding him for a couple of years now, so.
So have other people, so. And I mean, me personally, beyond him being a diehard cat fan, I think he'd be great.
I move to approve, appoint Bryce Jones to the council.
I'll second that.
Any discussion, any public comment from online? Hearing none. Commissioner Ranson.
Aye.
Commissioner Hankins.
Aye.
Commissioner Hardy.
Aye.
Commissioner Way.
Aye.
We'll deliver the good news.
I'm afraid it's getting worse. I know.
Okay, so commission comments. Mr. Way.
The only thing I have is we met with the sheriff yesterday. Lisa will fill you in on the parade stuff. Also me and Lisa did the parade, like you guys know it. It was sure fun. Looking forward to maybe doing it again next year and doing a better job. But this last month has been unbelievably busy and down. So I haven't got much work done on the resort tax stuff, but I will. My personal clients, I book them all so they stack up in June and the beginning of July, and then after that, my schedule lightens up. So I'll have some time to jump back on that here this month.
Thank you for taking that on. Commissioner Ranson.
Not much. I just want to thank Public Works and the employees for everything they're doing. Those boys are good. And I'm occasionally feeding them. And I will keep feeding them.
Snacks go a long way. It is. Commissioner Hankins. Commissioner Hardy, any comments?
I'm taking off on Tuesday on a bike ride across America to raise money for Tunnels to Towers organization. So follow me on Facebook or Instagram and please donate.
What's your Instagram handle?
I actually don't know.
No, I think that's really true. Where do you start, Mr.? Where do you start?
I'll start in Oceanside, California, and we'll go all the way to the Pentagon, and then to Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and then ultimately to Ground Zero.
Okay. When you get close to the Pentagon, let me know. My sister works there, so I can give you a little
Tour.
Cool.
Give you a little, and we joke with her that she throws parties, that she's a party planner, but she actually is head of the United States Air Force international relations. So, if you have an itinerary of knowing when you're going to be there, please let me know and I can give her a heads up. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'll get that figured out probably once we get rolling for the first week. So.
Okay. And you have a high visibility vest or some outrageous outfit that you wear so traffic sees you?
I am definitely going to be wearing high vis. So.
Okay. All right. Well,
How long are you going to be gone?
For 1 month.
That's all it takes to ride.
That seems like a tight deadline. You be careful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck.
we'll be following you.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, thank you, Corey. Okay, mayor comments. Here we go. So it has been busy. So Well House, probably saw the Well House is getting started construction. ARPA funding, we were able to tap out that fund and get those receipts submitted, so ARPA
It's
no
done, and
longer-
we're good, and we're not gonna lose it, or.
Yes,
Okay,
so
perfect.
that was good. So hopefully, I think I have one more meeting and then we'll close that out and we can be done with that program. Although it was super beneficial, it was a bit of a bear administratively. So that is good. We are still, waiting for permission we have a variance request with the county commission, on the 14th. So if you find yourselves available, probably not. Great West will be there. I will be there as well. They have to have a public hearing and then they decide. So, whether or not we're able to cut across or if we're gonna be required to bore underneath the road. Water tank, I met with, the appraiser needed, identify kind of a parcel, to do that. So I met with, Great West Engineering, to determine somewhat of a parcel, and then I was able to meet with the landowners regarding that. So they seemed receptive. Great West did some really nice pictures, some visuals for them to consider. And so we just wait on the appraisal at this point, and then we'll go from there. So that's where that is at. The audit. So the audit was completed. They'll have a draft audit for us first. Commissioner Hardy, myself, and Brenna sat with the auditors for a phone call. I did like that it's a requirement that a commissioner is on the call when they go over things. So there was a few audit budget findings that they came. There are others that were not severe enough for a finding. However, there is a lot of cleanup to be done, miscategorization. Pretty substantial. So Jody and Jody are working on that. The tricky part is that audit was for 24-25. So we didn't know what we needed to fix until we've gone through a whole nother year. So 25-26 is probably gonna have the same issues because we didn't know we needed to fix it. So just keep that in mind, that we went through a whole nother year of stuff. So, but they'll have the final report off and then, and once we get it, we'll have a public meeting about it. So.
Is that a new requirement that the commissioner is?
I think it's their company policy.
Okay.
I do.
I remember Corey sitting in one of the audits though with Nikki Huss.
Voluntarily, not because.
Oh, I thought you had.
I don't.
Yeah, so it was Nexus that required a commissioner to be a part of it.
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah, so, cause it was almost, cause Corey, he's like, I might be able to, cause it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It was done at the end of the fiscal year, everybody was busy, and Corey was like, I think if I can call in, I can go it, and we were having trouble initially, but then he was able to get on, and they're like, oh, okay, we don't need to reschedule, cause they were going on vacation the next week, so they weren't gonna be available. So anyway, so I appreciate Corey, Commissioner Hardy being available for that. So, and then we're gonna roll right into the next audit, because this one was kind of delayed, and so we'll have two audits here pretty close, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, let's see, is busy with special event permits. I just want to remind, if you talk to people about holding a special event, whatever, the special event policy that was passed last year requires 30 days in advance. You can't submit something 10 days prior and want consideration. So, just, if you hear anybody wanting something, then please let us know. That being said, I think the concert went well. I happened to walk down there. I did not attend, but I walked down there to see what was happening. It seemed very well organized. So I don't know what it was like for people, if anyone parked up here and then walked down. But it seemed to be in control. I think the sheriff's office was happy with it because they were still able to work and not, so that seemed to be good. There is one on August 8th. they'll be closing just the first part of First Street to dedicate the American Legion to Lee Sargent.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so, so if you're able to attend, that would be great. So, the tricky part is I felt bad, but it's just a requirement of MMIA, they had to get insurance, because they were closing down. Anytime you close the street or use town property, you have to have insurance. So, let's see. Do you have any budget considerations? Yeah.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, you can't see us?
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch we lost the camera again, so.
Okay, we'll figure that out, Myron. I'm sorry you can't see us. I'm glad you can hear us. Obviously, we're having technical difficulties tonight, so we will get that fixed for next time.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks, Myron. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, parade. Super fun announcing. That was something I never thought I would do. So thanks, John, for being a good counterpart. That was really great. Meeting with the sheriff's office. I think from a spectator point, I think it went off okay. Behind the scenes, we had some issues. So only 5 out of 20 volunteers showed up. There was no, there was just some traffic control, and I think that was Madison County Sheriff's Office biggest concern was that they were busy conducting traffic and they wouldn't have been able to respond to a major incident. So basically during the parade,
If anything happened,
there was one other officer on for the whole entire county,
because the rest are here.
because the rest were here. And they were manning the crosswalks.
Yeah.
And they were doing things. So they have some requests that we have, and so, and it has gone, you know, and basically the population of Madison County was on Main Street, Ennis. You know, it's hard to guesstimate on how many people were here, but it was probably 8,000 people, you know, 8,000 to 10,000 people.
I heard it was.
I would say.
You know, how do
You
actually
saw,
count?
you saw this, but you didn't
Yeah.
see all this, and you didn't see all this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, so we had, so it has risen to the point of, we need help, so it's gonna have to be a professional traffic control, so
Company.
yeah. So that's gonna be a cost, garbage. It's gonna, I mean, Corey was working really hard, but there were still a ton, so,
It's also not really fair for that to all fall on him.
no, and they did have extra barrels out, and Stephanie was doing stuff as well. So there are just some pretty big considerations. There was also the recommendation from Madison County Sheriff's Office and MDT when we were at our pre-meeting is to not have parking on Main Street. If you think about it, everyone parks their pickup and then they drive to that pickup. So we
there's
probably
2
have.
vehicles for.
So
Yeah.
we're having 2 vehicles. And so Captain Goodman's recommendation was to pass an ordinance on July 4th from say 2:30 in the morning till noon, that there is no parking. And hopefully that will free up, if people know that they can't park there overnight on that night, they're not gonna park there the rest of the week.
Has this been an option all along? Because I feel like every
It has been,
commissioner said,
it has
the
been.
stars never aligned and a lot of people didn't go.
Well, so Rob Galentine years ago, the issue has always been enforcement. How are we gonna enforcement? Because
Total.
Rob had the, it was like, Shedmorn and had the same complaints as a lot of the downtown businesses, is that people park there all week long. And so, I think we can start with one ordinance with this July 4th and see how it goes. And I think what we will have to do is basically get the word out if we do it soon enough, have good communication with people, but then on July 4th, either prep D&D or there's a larger outfit out of Island Park that has a fleet of vehicles too, or maybe it's both outfits, who knows, and just say, hey,
No parking inside.
no parking, but if they are parked, they get towed.
And the sheriff said he would take care of that. If we pass the ordinance, him and his team would deal with that.
Yeah, because then those folks end up paying the tow company directly, is my understanding.
Mhm.
So, so that is, one of the things, and they would like it to go from basically the bridge
We can do over.
Yeah,
to Conley Street,
Perfect.
the whole way down.
not with the exception of parking lots. What about Third Street?
Private.
The private parking lots are fine.
Private.
Yeah, but this is just on Main Street, all public parking, essentially. And then we can make an accommodation for handicap parking, that kind of thing. I think that would be A-okay. But I think, like, the undersheriff said, it has risen to the elevation of a professional event, and it needs to be treated as such.
Professional.
It is just, although everyone had a kicking good time, we were just really lucky that nothing, we did have 2 medical events.
We had to hold a parade for one of them.
Yeah. And then the other part, the reason it started late was that the area between K and L mortuary, that whole corridor was full of cars.
So we.
So there
took
was not an exit to the parade.
Wow.
And
Last
so,
minute towing there.
so D&D came in at the last minute and towed a couple cars out of the way.
Wow.
So, yeah, and that is, direct, it's because there wasn't volunteers. So we have to figure out, is it was their recommendation to not only have the professionals doing the traffic control, but then also to have volunteers too. And so maybe we can figure out a way to incentivize volunteers, because it is a pretty big ask, because people were mouthing off to the sheriffs.
Oh, for sure.
When
Oh,
they
for
were
sure.
like, hey, you need to get out of the way. They
What?
were, yeah, they were
Yes.
disrespectful.
Yes, for sure.
But I'm hoping that with the cars removed,
If you have more professional and stuff too, I think there's less.
yeah, and if you have the cars removed, that allows that
Way
pedestrian
more room.
corridor
Yeah.
to move more freely, because pedestrians, they say pedestrians are just lazy, they take the shortest route, so they're not gonna weave in and out of people on our really skinny sidewalks, they're gonna walk on the other side of the cars, which they did. I did it too.
I ran into my and back, just,
Yeah, and so,
and that was the only way to get there. On a
exactly.
time frame.
Yeah, exactly, and I did the same thing too, but I saw Nikki twice. So just some considerations for next year, some, talks amongst, because I did get several phone calls before from other businesses saying, hey, can I put up a sign that I'll tow them? And I'm like, well, you can't, so we can't tow them unless they're breaking the law, and then you have to have, follow all the steps, so I can, with
I think
your,
it's huge.
I think
with your
the joint-
consent, I would like Ed to draft up an
I think it's
ordinance
huge.
and move forward with that.
Yeah. I didn't know it was just as simple as that, because I feel like Craig wanted to do something about it,
Well,
and it's like, it's not.
When it's gonna get,
Maybe, some people are definitely gonna be crazy.
people are gonna get grumpy on us.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
And I would suggest the ordinance to come in November during hunting season.
Right.
It'd be a great time to do it.
Yeah, and I think but then we allow, and then we let people know, we let them have their fit, they're gonna throw a fit.
Yeah.
There are
In
different people
January.
that are gonna
In
throw a fit,
January.
and we let them have their fit, but if it's the
Doesn't
town of
matter,
Ennis,
it's public
it's
safety.
the Montana Department of Transportation, and it is the sheriff's
Department, I think,
office.
yeah.
It just makes most sense. It really does. And so, although I love the tradition of, parking your pickup and doing that, this parade is no longer a small town parade.
And it's not going back down.
So that is,
We're gonna need like the right PR campaign. We need something in the Madisonian when we do this. The sheriff needs to pipe in and say,
Yeah,
I
Police
suggest,
support.
yeah, I suggest and support and all that.
State,
absolutely, yeah. So I just,
do it right.
Yeah. So, but
Joint
I think with
collaboration
enough
on this.
communication and for people to understand why, like,
Yeah, dangerous.
it's dangerous. So, yeah, and I had another, participant, great participant and business owner come in and just who had been a part of the parade and helped plan the parade, and she came in knowing what the parade is supposed to look like from the back end, and she had some pretty big concerns about safety, about, and about parade participants, we can't have horses galloping down Main Street.
And kids.
And kids
In
just
the road.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that, so we just,
And it seems like common sense, but also parents weren't really parenting, but also the people up here can't hear your announcements when you said to stay behind the white line.
yeah, and it's like, okay, do we have?
And then the candy throwing, and then the little kids run out for the candy,
Bouncy
and there was
balls.
spoilers, and there was
Bouncy
horses, and there was
balls.
stuff just.
Yeah, it's a lot, I think, yeah, so, and I think, in the chamber, the executive director, Stephanie, she's only one person. And so, I think giving them a list of conditions
And helping.
now for this
figuring it
year,
out.
helping them figure it out.
We should start looking this year now
Yeah.
for companies to hire
Yeah,
that do this and,
under Sheriff
start-
Frank Schroeder, yeah, just say, hey, can we book it for next year?
yeah.
And
Because I
essentially, because it's gonna be a pretty big cost, right, so we're gonna have to fundraise for that.
Fundraise and have our ducks in a row and have somebody hired.
Exactly, so, it's a great event, I want it to continue, absolutely, I have an absolute ball with it, I love seeing Ennis.
It's great.
It is absolutely great, we just need to make sure that it continues to
Safe.
stay safe. So, and then I don't want the perfect storm for an incident to happen, that's all, so. Okay. So if you guys will support that, then I will, so. All right, any other? Trying to think of anything else. No, that is pretty much it. I am gonna get started going on the budget, so if you have any budget requests, please let us know. I'm going to also, work with Jody and Brennan to clean this up. There's a lot of stuff on some of these accounts that aren't necessary, and so, so hopefully we
That,
have.
that was part of the process of slowing down the budget approval, I think, in the past, is because there's
So much.
6 accounts doing the same thing, and it was hard to wrap your mind around
Yeah.
how.
There's gotta be
all this
another
worked.
way to do it.
Yeah, and Jody have some suggestions, they're like, why is this there? I'm like, I don't know, move it, like, so we're gonna do all that and make it, we're all business owners sitting right here, we all understand money in, money out, and so we just, and I think the public does too, and so, and when it's presented in a format that is not easily digestible, then that's where, oh, well, what happened to this, what happened to that, I think everything is on the up and up, it's just a matter of having it clear
Make
and
it
concise and.
User friendly.
Yeah,
Other
and
purchase
user friendly.
services.
And we can make notes about that, and what that is, so that is my goal, I don't know if I'll get it the first time, just let me know, I will try my best, but, so, anyway, so, that is all, any unscheduled, the only unscheduled matter is the RFP for engineering services, so, we need to select at our next meeting, so
Do we
please.
score?
Cody gave me a template for a score sheet, I will send that out to you,
Okay.
and then we can.
Yeah, I think
Put
you
it there. What's that?
It's
there.
It's in the packet, but I don't know if that's something that we do.
Okay,
I think it's in there.
yeah.
Score sheet, it's there.
You can do it however you want. I mean, there's no,
Yeah, so you could do
But-
it individually, and then.
yeah, and then you could
Oh,
discuss
it's
it
just like a-
collectively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so. And then, but we do have to choose at our next July meeting, so,
Make sure.
look at those.
We're not doing interviews at all or anything. We're
Well, we
just going
could,
off
that
this.
day, the June 23rd, we could do interviews, that day, or do them before
July.
yeah, we could do them. So if you wanna score them individually and then report back, and then I can, and then we can set up some interviews, I'd be happy to do that.
Move to adjourn.
Adjourn. Second.
All of them. All right, perfect, thank you for this evening. Appreciate it. Go
Thank you
get
for all your
cool.
hard work.
Oh, look at you bend over. Wow.
Yeah.
Martha, dry needling. That.
Acupuncture.
Martha dry needles, Martha Stutter,
Really?
at her house.
Oh.
Yeah, she's PT, but she can do it at her house with her back, go around the table. That, when I get like that.
Yeah.
I just haven't had time.